I made this rice pudding recipe last week at home and I said, oh my God, I have to share this with you. This is the nicest milk. It's Irish Jersey whole milk. It's organic, it's from Simply Better, it's from County Cork. It is superb. If you love coffee like I do, this makes it so special. With the rice pudding, what I have is 700 milliliters, so it's not far off all of that. It's about 3/4 of it of the milk in the saucepan. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to infuse it with some vanilla and lemon zest. We're going to use this rice here. It's important when I talk about the rice. So when you're making a risotto, the rice you use is a Borio. So this is it here. I just picked this up just in my local Dunn stores. You can use pudding rice. It's a smaller kind of a grain. So this is what it looks like. And I really like a rice pudding with this because I always have a Borio rice because I love risottos. So some sugar and that's it. But we're going to bring it another level when I'm going to show you what to do with some lovely berries and then some ice cream. So it's a real treat. So when you're using the vanilla pod, this is what it looks like here. Just open it out and then just literally scrape out all those lovely seeds. So you just open it as if it's doing the splits and then just kind of work the knife, keep it flat. See the way I'm doing that? So that's from half a vanilla pod. So that's going to go in and I'm going to infuse. I'm just warming up literally the milk. It takes about 20 to 25 minutes to cook a rice pudding from start to finish. So we already have one done. So I'm scraping this out here. And then with the skin, you can do a few things. Now I'm going to put the skin into the actual milk because there's lots of vanilla seeds still on the actual skin. All right. Just don't want to waste any of it because vanilla is expensive. And then we're going to whisk this through. So you'll just see me just dispersing all the vanilla seeds. Now, don't worry if you don't have vanilla pod. You can use vanilla extract, which is definitely much better than vanilla essence. So I'm just using just my balloon whisk here and just bringing this to the boil. And you can see the way I'll just let Claire just zoom in there. And you can see all those lovely little speckles of vanilla. So vanilla for me is one of my favorite spices. It is absolutely fantastic. Now I'm going to put in the lemon. The lemon is optional. If you don't like lemon, leave it out. But I do like it. And last week I put a little bit of lemon. The twins love this, I have to say. I nearly had half the sauce for myself. It was so delicious. And when I show you what I do with the fruits, I just thought, wow, I have to share this. It's one of the nicest things. It's probably the most ultimate comfort foods. So yeah, about the zest of a lemon. So you can see that's in there. So that's infusing it. So you're infusing your milk. Now remember, the star of the show for me is the milk, genuinely. That is what just a beautiful, beautiful product. It's a lovely kind of rich, creamy milk. It's beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to go through the recipe. So 700 mils of the Jersey milk. We have 50 grams of caster sugar. So I'm going to whisk that, the zest of a lemon, 1 vanilla pod or 1, say, teaspoonful of vanilla extract. And then 100 grams, and that's the rice there. The Borio rice that we're just going to literally sprinkle in. Now this needs to come to the boil and then it needs to bubble away, but doesn't boil. You let it simmer. That's really important. So I always kind of do my rice pudding on top. Traditionally when my mother made this, she would have baked it off in the oven. I just like to do it on top because then I can keep whisking it. So we're going to bring it to the boil. We'll come back to it now and then we put a lid on it and then you can move it to a smaller ring because this is quite a big ring that is here. So I'll show you the one that I've cooked in a minute. It's just coming to the boil if we just have a little look in there. So look, if I turn it up full, that's it. Just you can see the beautiful vanilla, you can see the lemon, the skin, there's lots of flavour in there and you can literally reuse that again, wash it and put it into some caster sugar. You know, you can put it into sugar and water if you make fresh fruit salad, but don't let it boil too hard. That's really, really, really important. And stir it every maybe 5 or 6 minutes. It does require a little bit. It's not like a risotto, to be honest with you. You just don't walk off and leave it. That's not the way I would make it anyway. So keep stirring it every 5 minutes and then it takes about 20 to 25 minutes. So I'll move it over here to a lower ring. And then in this ring then I can put on my fruits. I am going to put the lid on it because I think it actually cooks faster. I'm using my smaller skillet pan, and the reason why I do it in this pan here, it really is for the video to show it to you, but you can make it in a saucepan. It honestly doesn't matter what you make the rice pudding in. The key is that really nice Borio rice, the lemon, the vanilla, and that gorgeous milk. Trust me, you'll really love this. Okay, so pan on. We're going to talk to you about two different jams. They're both made from Wexford preserves, and they're a wonderful product. So this one here, these are all Irish berries they use. So we have our raspberries from Pat Clark and then our lovely strawberries, and that's the black currants there. So I'm going to use, I might as well use the raspberry jam. So Irish fruit, Irish made, just pop it into the saucepan. And we're just going to literally warm this up for a moment. And we're going to put in some berries. Now, a spoonful of jam on top of the rice pudding is gorgeous, guys. Don't be worrying about that. So I'm using about half the jar, because I'm going to have this for my tea later on. And what we're going to do is a little bit of vanilla extract. This is optional. Okay, tiny little bit of the vanilla extract, or you can put the skin of the vanilla pod. And then I'm going to put in my fruits. Now, roughly about a tablespoon of water. So I'll just show you this. I just want to loosen this up just for a minute or two. So let's just warm this up. So we're softening this. So Wexford Preserves, Tom and Laura, they're just a wonderful husband and wife, but they make amazing jams, chutneys, you name it, they're absolutely wonderful. And some, you know, fantastic sauces. They're just great people, so they are. I love the fact that they're using Irish fruits. And what I want to show you here is these Irish triple berries. So there's 2 growers in Ireland, Pat Clark, his strawberries, you've heard me probably talking about him lots, and his blackberries, and then Des Jeffers, he's from Wexford. So these are the berries here. So I'll just literally show you them there, so I will, and there is some black currants there. We'll just look at it here, Claire, just in the saucepan when they're going in, if you don't mind. So some of the black currants, they're lovely and tart, so they are. So it's lovely when you get, these are picked everyone, and they're frozen by the way, as you can see. So they're picked at the height of their ripeness, and that's the key into these really good berries. What I like to do also, now you don't have to do this, but this is what I do. I always have a bag of these berries, and these are the raspberries, which I really, really like. And I love this compote done with some apple juice instead of the jam, and lovely with porridge. So I'm going to put in some raspberries. Now you don't have to go out and get both. Stir this, and this just takes a minute or two, just literally to kind of, because the strawberries, excuse me, are going to literally defrost, and I want to keep the shape. I don't want the fruits going all mushy. Now let's have a little look at the rice pudding. Okay, so every so often you get your whisk, and it will catch. Go right to the edge. I think the whisk is the best. I know the vanilla pod will catch it, don't worry about that. And you just keep whisking it. Don't forget to do that. Now that's really, really, really important. So you bring it to a simmer, you let it simmer, and then what you do is you literally let it simmer for about maybe 20 minutes and then switch it off. The rice pudding you can make and it'll keep for 3 or 4 days. Trust me, when you taste it, it won't last. You'll have it devoured. So I'm just going to focus on the fruits for one moment, and then I'm going to show you the rice pudding. I'll just switch this on that I've already done. You'll find if you make the rice pudding a day ahead that it kind of sets a little bit, not really sets, but goes a little bit stiff, and that's because of the starch in the rice. So don't be worrying about that. You can just loosen it up. I'm going to show you how we do that. I just warm this up. So this is the vanilla pod, the skin. Okay, I know it's not pretty, sorry, but it is delicious. So you take that out, wash that, and put that into some caster sugar. So we're going to literally just warm this up. Well, I had already had it warmed just before the video. So I want to show you the lovely loose consistency. So can you see the way it's just dropping there? So it is. So that's exactly what I want. So what I would normally do when your rice pudding, if you're not eating it fresh, this is what I'm trying to say, you can make it ahead. Just pour a little bit of the Jersey milk in. Just a splash. You don't want it too gloopy, or you don't want it too runny. It's not baby food either. You know, it's just delicious. So it is. And then give that a wee stir. So you have your sugar, you have your lemon zest, you have the vanilla, the arborio rice, and this can be made perfectly, guys. If you can't get the arborio rice with pudding rice, probably doesn't take us long to cook, but I'm not really an expert because I always make it with risotto rice, but traditionally rice pudding was made with pudding rice, and you'll get that. So you will, very, very easy. So that's just coming to the boil. These is our fruits. So I'm going to switch them off now, and normally what I like to do is let them cool down. I have some already done. I'm going to just bring you over here and just show you. And I have these kind of already cooked and all that, so they've kept their shape, and they'll keep for about a week in your fridge. Beautiful with pavlova, really good with ice cream. So they really are gorgeous with so many things. So they are. So I'll just move this out of the way. We're going to serve it up with a little bit of ice cream. I know, ice cream. And then we just literally bring over your ladle. So you got to taste it. There's a saying when they make a risotto in Italy that it's al dente. Well, what I would do is make sure that it's not too hard. Please do that. That's really, really important. So just using the bowl, that lovely drop in consistency. I want to show you that's good. So you're seeing the little specks. That's from the vanilla pod. You can use vanilla essence, but definitely the best to use is the extract of the pod. It's more natural. Look at that. Okay, our fruits. So these fruits are cold, remember that. So I'm going to get a nice strawberry and raspberry and a little bit of all the fruits, and I'm just going to literally place that. So remember, there's enough sweetness there. You could put in some juice of lemon if you think it's too sweet. I really do have a sweet tooth. I know you can't tell that, she can. And then those lovely berries. Now that's lovely on its own. Can I just bring it up another level? Just with some really nice Simply Better vanilla ice cream, and this is made from a Wexford producer. So I use some really good Irish cream and milk, and it's one thing that we really do very, very well in Ireland is produce the most beautiful milk, cream, butter. Our dairy farmers are amazing. So this, a nice scoop of this just sitting on top, just to the side. We're not finished yet. A couple of toasted pecan nuts for texture. I always have some of them done. Again, these are optional, but these are gorgeous with the rice pudding. So kind of just sprinkle them over there. And that ice cream's going to melt. This, for me, is the ultimate comfort food. So just to recap on the recipe, we have 100 grams of rice. I use the arborio rice. You can use the pudding rice. We also have 1 vanilla pod, the zest of a lemon, 50 grams of sugar, and 700 mils of this beautiful Jersey milk. That is fabulous. Try it in a cup of coffee, guys. You'll love it. So that's my Simply Better, I think so. Rice pudding infused with beautiful, or flavoured, should I say, with vanilla, a little bit of lemon zest, a gorgeous Jersey milk. The ice cream is optional, pure indulgent, and those lovely fruits are to die for, trust me. Even those fruits with meringue or a little bit of whipped cream or ice cream, they're gorgeous. So enjoy this, for me, ultimate comfort food.